Hi there, I'm going to post this video as a response to a video by I'm You and You and Me called Why I'm Not a Theist or an Atheist. It's a good video, I like it, and I suppose I'm posting it there because it's prompted me to think about belief in relation to theism and atheism. It's something that's been going through my mind a lot recently, and this has kind of crystallised some of those thoughts for me, so thanks very much for that. And you know, what you're pointing to there is the distinction between theism and atheism. And for me, it's and I guess for a lot of other people as well, this is a distinction, a dichotomy. I'm not sure it's even a false dichotomy, but it's certainly a dichotomy which is based around, which hinges on the idea of belief. In this case, belief about certain entities' existence, or belief in certain kind of propositions about the existence of a deity, something like that. But either way, it's about belief. And to me, belief is, it's only one of the things you can do with an idea. And it's possibly not even the most important and most interesting and most viable and most earth-shattering things you can do with an idea. I mean, an idea like God in this case, but any kind of idea. You know, ideas are incredibly useful. I mean, you can use ideas to build to build societies, but you can also use ideas to build more ideas and to build ways of being in the world. You can entertain ideas. You can be interested in ideas. You can be compelled by ideas. You can use ideas as tools in order to create objects, or use them as to create social formations. You can use ideas to motivate oneself. You can do all kinds of things with ideas. And believing in them is only one of them. And as I say, it's probably not the most interesting thing. There are some ideas, of course, we should believe in. I mean, I believe I have a camera in my hand right now, and I'm looking into the lens of it. And that's probably a good belief to hold, because if I doubt that, then it all gets a bit silly. You know, I believe that when I take a step forward, as I'm walking down the road, I believe that step will end in pavement under my feet, and I exercise that belief constantly, and it's no problem. I step out into the road, reasonably confident at least, in the belief that I can judge the speed of oncoming vehicles at least sufficiently well to not be killed by those. So yes, of course, there is an exercising of belief which is useful, and I believe the sun will come up. I believe the people I care about also care about me. You know, those things I engage in. But there's lots of other kinds of beliefs, and lots of other kinds of uses for beliefs, uses for concepts, uses for ideas, which are far more interesting. And I think that's certainly true of something like scientific beliefs, scientific concepts. You know, many of the concepts which, astonishingly to my view, some people seem not to want to believe, like evolution. It boggles my mind that people refuse to believe it. I don't know why. But in a sense, belief is arbitrary. It doesn't, in a sense, I don't care whether you don't believe it or not. The fact is it useful? Does it have explanatory power? Does it allow you to predict certain things? Does it allow you to imagine the way that the world works? Does it imagine you to project forward the way the world works in the future? Does it allow you to look at other aspects of life? Yes, it does. And some people, some religious folk who are scientists, who claim not to believe in the theory of evolution, for example, I know also produce scientific papers which use the theory of evolution. So, and we all do, you know, it's ridiculous that we don't. So that idea is already out there. You know, we do, regardless of whether we believe something or not, we do use these ideas. We do entertain them. We are interested by them. We use them as metaphors. We use them as structures for our lives. And that's a far, far, far more interesting idea to work with than just belief. And obviously the religious stories that theology produces, some of them are really, really interesting and really, really, really useful. And the fact that they might be subject to truth claims that you kind of have to believe in to me, it just seems facile. You know, the least useful thing you can do with a story like some of the biblical stories is believe it. it makes no difference. The key thing is, what are you doing with that story? How are you using it? How are you entertaining it? How are you facilitating it in your life? How are you critiquing it? How are you melding it with other stories? How is it forming part of the vocabulary of your thought? And how are you engaging other people with that story? That's far more important than belief, in my opinion. Anyway, thank you for I'm you and you and me for prompting this thought, I think. And good night.